Maryland ended the death penalty in 2013, and there were 4 inmates who were affected by this order who were sentenced before the death penalty was abolished. And Maryland's Democratic governor, Martin O'Malley, has now commuted all 4 of those death penalty sentences to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He wrote what I thought was a very good statement explaining why he did this, and I'll read just a few lines of it to you. In a representative government, state executions make every citizen a party to a legalized killing as punishment. Right off the bat, we're off to a good start. Absolutely agree that the state should not be in the business of killing people in this way. 2 years ago, after much debate and consideration, the Maryland General Assembly abolished the death penalty in our state, replacing the sentence with life without the possibility of parole. There are 4 inmates who currently sit on Maryland's death row. Recent appeals and the recent opinion on this matter by Maryland's Attorney General have called into question the legality of carrying out earlier death sentences imposed prior to abolition. I have now met with and spoken with many of the survivors of the victims of these brutal murders. They are all good and decent people who have generously granted me the courtesy of discussing the cases of their individual family members. The question at hand is whether any public good is served by allowing these essentially unexecutable sentences to stand. In my judgment, leaving these sentences in place does not serve the public good of the people of Maryland, present or future. This makes sense to me, Lewis. It is a good decision. It is not really that much better for the inmates. If I'm an inmate and I was thinking, hey, maybe the lights are going to be turned off on me at some point, now I know I have to sit in prison the rest of my life with no chance of getting out. I'm still serving a very serious penalty for the crimes I was convicted of. And the state is getting out of the business of trying to kill people.
Well, never say never. There have been some pretty impressive prison breaks over the years. But so I guess there's still perhaps a shred of hope for them. But you're right that this is the right decision. If you get rid of executions, I think it makes perfect sense to get rid of the executions on those that you have remaining.
And as the Attorney General said, Lewis, it's unclear whether it would even be legal to put forward to have those executions happen, simply because they were set up or sentenced before the death penalty was abolished.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt any states have written legislation for this type of situation.
Well, now that's interesting that you mentioned that. The Attorney General also added that if the state were to carry forward death sentences established before the abolition of the death penalty, it would need to specifically be written by statute into the law that says, in conjunction with the abolition of the death penalty, anybody currently on death row will still be executed. And the fact that that is not in the law is another piece of why the Attorney General says this should not go forward. It would probably not be legal.
Then 100%, yes, not legal, and makes perfect sense. All around, we agree with this one.